What's up, YouTube? Welcome to an amazing video where we talk with industry professionals. Today we have an amazing personality with us today. He is SAMMY King, DOP. Sammy, how far now?
It is nice to be here.
It's nice to be here again.
It's nice to be here again.
The first time we recorded this podcast, I think sometime last year.
Yeah.
And then one of the cameras wasn't recording or something. I don't know.
Couldn't just find the footage.
So we are doing it again with updated portfolio.
No, we're here.
The ones that choke. So tell us, how will you introduce yourself?
Okay, as you don't know me, my name is Samuel Adebayo.
Okay.
Popularly known as SAMMY King.
Okay. Are you a king?
Initially, from my family,
Yeah.
we're actually it's a royalty family basically.
Okay.
So that's why we have Adebayo.
Oh, I see. So that's the king.
So I had to bring the king from Adebayo to SAMMY King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say you do professionally?
I'm a cinematographer basically, but a director of photography. That's all I do basically.
So what title do you prefer to be referred as? Cinematographer or director of photography?
Director of photography.
Why director of photography?
Because I direct photography.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So what kind of project do you love to shoot?
Most of the time I'm called to just come and direct the photography of the project. So in my look of thing, I prefer shooting like a movie.
Okay,
because
so film itself.
Film basically, but on the long run, I choose to do music videos and then commercial.
Okay.
Because
those ones are quick money.
You have to make the money now. To be honest with you, some production companies will get to know you more better from all this content gig that we're creating, like music videos and stuff like that. So that's where the awareness comes from, basically.
Yeah, and then eventually
you move into film.
If you could choose like one project, whether film, commercials, documentaries, that, let's say, for example, an international agency or production company saying, okay, just show us one work of yours that you can present to us. Just one. Which of your project will you say?
The Amber Drink.
Oh, the Amber Drink. I actually loved it. I think I was one of the first people to see that commercial.
I think I shared it with you when I shot it.
When you shot it. Well, another project of yours I really loved was the Tems Crazy Things. Like when that project came out, I'm like, this is like, I loved how you guys were able to do like a sweet long takes. That means that I can imagine the amount of work that went into it, like lighting for every part that she's going to be at once.
Like we all had to set the entire light during the day because we had 2 locations to film.
Wow. Can you walk us through that project? Like how did it come about? How did you get involved in the project, and how did you guys like shoot? How did you create that picture?
When I got the call from the producer.
Yeah.
Any production basically. I think he had collaboration with Ebuka as well. And I think the director had this content with the artist herself to create the visual or like a one take thing. Yeah. That people can actually feel the story with her while she's passing the message. Do you get? So then when I get the brief, I'm like, it's like US was like, Sammy, you're going to shoot this project, and then the entire video is going to be on one take.
So wait, the initial idea was for the entire video to be in one take. But I know in the final thing it wasn't in one take, Sha.
Yeah, so because you had to change location because one location couldn't work for us.
Oh, okay. And so I enjoyed it, just to continue.
And so from the beginning of the video, a lot of people can't believe that we shot the first scene in a studio. We shot this directly on a glass on the wall. Yeah. So we had a creative guy to do the crazy things. And then this is
the living room you're talking about.
This is the living room I was talking about. So we had multiple lights on the set. As you can see, we had 2 Asteras on top of the room there. And then
so you're saying this is actually a studio?
So this is a studio. We filmed this in a studio. So we had to do the whole setup of the lighting, camera movement. We had to do all the testing thing during the day.
Wow. How long did it take you guys to set up these lights?
It took us the whole day. Because I remember starting this project around 11:30.
Wow.
Before we called the record. Ticket. So
So this part is also the studio, yeah.
This part is still also the studio. So this is like a separate part of the place where she's walking towards.
Yeah.
So we just had to put that on the side of it.
So can you tell us what happened? Why did this video end up being a one take?
I think, like I said, the initial idea is from like the director and then the artist herself.
Yeah.
Because I could see the collaboration thing while we're shooting.
Yeah.
She had to say, no, let's retake
Putting
this.
some ideas.
Let's do it this way. And I think I like the close-up shots. If you can see, the shot was just like a medium close-up of her while she's walking, passing the message through.
Yeah.
And then we can see our audience protesting at the back, like passing the same message he's trying to do as in the reference picture. We added motion to some lights that we rigged up there
at the back,
at the back. So so some of the lights are actually being controlled on our phone remote.
I see remote control. Yeah. So this is actually another location.
So this is not the other location. I mean, the gaffer actually did a great work.
I like the gobo. The blue, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah,
the patterns
the pattern basically I created on the wall. So the initial idea of this place is to have a feel of night coming in through the staircase where she's coming to.
Oh, I see.
And if you can remember the scene that leads to this place, she walks out of the frame.
Yeah.
So we want the viewers to see that this same location is still close to where we have our coming into.
I don't know
if you get what I'm
like
trying
more
to
like a continuation.
More like a continuity, basically. So here, I used, the gaffer actually is like an aperture 300D. Is it 300D or 600D?
At the back.
At the back.
Yeah.
Just down on the staircase there. And then we put this sports mount with a gobo. So at the gobo, he wanted to add this other line of gobo.
Oh, the one that looks like blinds.
Like blind.
That will have.
In my vision, that was not what I was going for. I wanted to go for like a tree.
Yeah, tree kind of vibe. Yeah.
Tree kind of vibe showing to the wall because this place still looks. It's a very dead location, to be honest with
What location was this?
I think this tall building at the
old defense building.
building.
That building does suffer.
So that's where we filmed this. So. And then she walked into the room as well. So at the back there, you can see a flame of light.
Yeah, those fire stuff.
We had this guy, all these guys that used to blow fire
flamethrowers.
Yeah, flamethrowers basically. So he splitted the fire at the back to have ambience of where she's coming into.
But how did you guys like keep her face like constantly exposed? Are you guys following her with an Astera or something?
I had an Astera on my hand.
Okay, following her.
Yeah, just to have that illusion of still seeing her face.
Yes, still seeing her face.
Basically. And the tricky part of this scene is that this place is not as high as the studio.
Wow. So how did you guys rig the lights?
Thank you. On this white shot, there's a light rigged on top at the
blue
edge,
light,
the blue light there.
Yeah.
It's one of these Packers lights, not even aperture.
Okay.
So we use one of these Packers over there. So we set the Packers to have a blue feel.
Yeah.
A blue feel. And then there's a matte light.
Overhead.
I mean the drummer himself to have that separation. So we have like a matte light on top of this place here. And then so looking at the frame again, I feel like we are not getting enough lighting on how I want the scene to pop.
Okay.
Because it's like a band performing, right?
Yeah.
At a bar.
Yeah.
That's the initial idea of this place. So the gaffer suggested adding some Astera lights underneath.
Oh, in the background
there. The background there on the wall. So that's why we have like about 3 Asteras lying on the floor there, just to separate the dancer and the drummer and the background. Yeah. So and then we'll see her still walking towards us. I knew she was going to stop at this spot.
Yeah.
To pass her lines. So I remember I added this the Packers here to give her an edge light.
Edge light. That was the same blue light.
The same blue light. Yeah. So I directed the Packers to give her an edge light on this side. And remember I said I still have my Astera with me on this side.
So you're holding the Astera on this side?
On this side, yeah. Ernest was the Steadicam operator. He's a very good listener operator. So at this point, I told him to pull back to have Tems on a wider shot, so we can have these two girls on the foreground.
In the foreground. So the lights for them was already set there.
So at this point, I told the gaffer to add another strong light on this edge. It's not really like a strong light, but like let's say 1K freeness.
Yeah.
So we added one for her here, and then we had one for her on this side. But it wasn't the direction I want it to be, because it's a concrete building, and it's not as high as possible, or where we can put
quickly hide light and
hide
stuff.
Light. So you can see the light is actually favoring her more than her. So then another thing I just decided to do is to brighten up
their
her
phone. Yeah, so it gives them light.
This light on their face. Yeah, there's pretty no much light here, but the practicals that
more of practicals. Yeah.
Same to you everywhere, and then Astera has a key light in front of her. Yeah, and she walks out. So this is like tossing, still the same location, but it's just right on our right hand side of this place.
Yeah, it's obvious which a direction of walking too.
I mean, Tems actually give it all out. Like, she was down, we did several takes. She walked again and walked again, just to get the shots right. So
how did you guys light this disco party scene?
I mean, this place was the trickiest part to film. Everywhere here is just tight and it's dark. So we brought out our Nova light.
Yeah.
So we added one PC Nova on the floor at the back there.
Yeah,
to emulate
the blue
light on both sides of it. And then you can see a light strobing.
Yeah.
So we set one aperture light to keep strobing on daylight, basically just to add motions to the party scene.
This red scene is the same scene.
It's still the same.
Just change the lighting.
Just change the lighting.
Yeah.
So we didn't do too much lighting in the show, but it's just that we had to just get an idea of just putting the PC on the floor, direct the light up and this way, and then had some Astera at the back.
So this, what is lighting her face now? It's still the same Astera that I'm holding. Mad.
And they said I told the designer that we can't have our backgrounds all dark. Initially, me, I love practical.
Yeah.
So we had to bring in some, wall lamps, wall brackets.
Oh, to put on the walls. Quick question. Seeing this project alone, I'm seeing it takes a lot of people to work to at least even create the lighting that you want, apart from like the art directors, producers, and the rest.
Yeah.
How do you choose your crew to work with? Like the gaffer, people that work in your department, how do you choose? Do you work with the same set of people every time, or do you have your own personal crew? Or if a producer reach out to you and says, okay, we have this gaffer on lockdown, we have this grip, blah, 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 we just want it to become, like, how do you personally like to work with crew or choose crew?
Well, I actually have my guys, like I have teams that I always like to work with.
Yeah.
I prefer working with, because most of the time we are all synced together. And then sometimes the producer call me and just tell me, Sammy, we only need your service.
Yeah.
We don't need your gaffer, we don't need your grip, we don't need your AC, we just need you. But for me, I like to work with team. I mean, not just my own team. I mean, guys that are open-minded.
Yeah.
That can be creative with me.
Yeah.
Because on a long run, we might all have this thing in the back of our mind that we are creating this particular look.
Yeah.
But getting to the location we want to film, we will have to add like our own creative part to it.
Yeah.
If it's just down on just me and the director who just brainstorming, if there's this flaw or a little mistake or a little thing, just tiny details we need to pay attention to, just because I'm focusing on camera, I'm focusing on light, I'm focusing on the set designer. I mean, a gaffer should be creative as well. So
you say creativity is like the first thing you look out for?
Creativity is the first thing.
Not dedication to work or anything.
And I mean, they have to be dedicated to what they are doing as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm open to like work with different like hands and stuff like that.
But you still prefer, if it's possible, you still prefer to work with your own team?
Definitely, I still prefer to work with my own team.
Dope. Yeah. Would you say you have a style? A cinematography style?
On the long run, I don't think. Well, people might think I have a style. They might see my work differently. Well, I don't see myself like in a different style.
Do you think like you adapt every project to the style that the project needs, or do you have a particular way you like your pictures to look like?
Maybe on some particular projects, I like to like give my own look for the story with the directors, and then if it matches what the director's looking up to, it's a good thing for me. But there are some projects that there's no matter how you could put your effort or the look you want it to be as a DP, and then get into post-production just because there's no budget and then it's flop. When the project comes out, people will actually know if it's your own feel you give out to the project.
What's your favorite camera to shoot on?
I mean,
don't say Ari Alexa. What's your favorite camera to shoot on? Every DP likes Ari. Anything smart in Ari. No, don't say Ari cost.
I mean, for me, I just like good cameras that have the dynamic range.
Okay. Generally, yeah, you could choose just one camera for a project. What project are you choosing? What camera are you choosing?
My go-to camera, and I still work with, is the Ari.
Ari Alexa.
Alexa.
The Mini or the LF?
I work with both.
Anyone. As long as it's Ari.
As long as it's Ari. But I'm having a deep feel for just, Sony.
Yeah, because Sony Venice is here now.
Sony is here, you can feel it.
How did you learn, or how did you tell us about your journey? How did you become a DP? What even attracted you to become a DP in the first place? Like, how did you decide that I just want to be behind the camera all through? How did you learn?
I mean, I love camera. One.
How did you discover that you love camera?
Because I used to shoot weddings. That's not just it. I started with the photography.
Okay.
Then I used to use a Canon 5D Mark II.
Yeah.
I go to lassos, I shoot some girls.
Why girls?
Because they're the most attractive guys. No, you mean when you look at your phone, the only thing you see most of the time or what you feel attractive with is girls now.
Okay.
And then I feel like if people are seeing these girls, I feel like this girl is beautiful. At the end of the day, they want to know the photographer of the picture. So that's how I started. On a long run, and I feel like, I don't think I want to be a photographer or what. What if I add motion to it? So I started looking out for people that are into video industries. I reach out to them. I succumb myself and then try to learn one or two things from them. And in the long run, I still feel like I found myself in the midst of shooting weddings. I shot wedding for about 3 to 4 years. And this is still
wedding frustrates you.
At the end of the day, you call you for wedding and nobody will offer you just one bottle of water. Well, you're not there for the food, but
it's just you got to chop now. Even though you're not there for the food, shame man will not there.
And then the content there is just based to satisfy the client.
Yeah.
It is not the content for you to like send to Oscar or to a client that I can shoot this commercial for you or shoot this documentary for you. So, and then I developed my feel for film. When I watch some Nigerian film, I'll be like, no, now.
This can be better.
This is 2019. This is 20. You can't do this kind of film. Let's create something. Let's make an impact into it. So I started reaching out to like top directors, people that I know that are shooting music videos as well. Give me a chance. Let me come and shoot something.
Yeah.
And what most of them will tell me is that.
What have you shot?
What have you shot?
So how will you have what I've shot when you know allow me to shoot?
Do you get? So and I woke up one day, I found a couple of friends of mine that I know they are in the industry already that I can collaborate with.
Yeah.
Like someone sitting right in front of me. So there are sometimes we'll sit in the house and then we'll just get an inspiration or we'll just pick out some films and decide to just shoot like a particular scene, just to replicate of what
the film
this person has done. And on a long run, I feel like, okay, since I love to handle camera, that you're okay, you as DP, what do you think? What can we do? How do we add this? How do we add this? And we all brainstorm together and we start posting content out. So one day the call just pick up and then Sammy wanted to come and direct this feature film. I think
That was like the first major project.
That was my first major film, and shout out to Kayode Kasumu that called me on that project to shoot The Therapist. So I did my best initially on that project, but we don't have the whole day or all time.
Yeah,
we knocked that project off for like few days, to be honest with you. So that's just it, to cut the story short.
Will you honestly, don't lie, will you say money attracted you to filmmaking?
I mean, money is everything. Why do we work now if not because of money? Did you get? But because you still have the passion for it. It's not
making money is just an added advantage.
It's not like maybe I work in a bank or I have a farm poultry that I'm relying on.
Yeah.
I still have to take the project. I still have to take the work serious.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a lot to this work. Not just holding the camera to shoot. Sacrificing a lot of things. Being loyal to a lot of people.
Let's talk about budgets. Do you think, would you say budgets is actually limiting creativity in cinematography right now in Nigeria?
I mean,
would you say budget is a factor?
Yeah.
Why?
Budget will limit. Because when I say budget, I'm not saying budget for crew.
Yeah.
I'm saying budget for entire production.
Okay.
Coming from...
So you're not even saying budget as per the rates for the DP?
No.
Okay.
I mean, that can be flexible now.
Yeah.
You can always negotiate, you can collaborate.
Yeah.
It depends on how the producer or the director gives out the speech to the person. Okay, guy, I want us to work together on this project.
Yeah.
And I want you to add your own impact to it. I mean, I'm very open-minded person.
A client pulled up a video, to me. And it showed me the video was exceptionally great. Even me as a director, I said, this is a dope video, dope project.
Of course.
Yeah. But then the person told me this video was shot on an A7S3 and normal home lights, normal practical, not anything big. Like it was a shot on a 2-man production, two, three people. Okay, let me even tell you the exact video. The Danny Grevix video. Have you seen that short film? Yeah. One baseball film like this.
Yeah, I think I've seen the film.
Yeah. So what would you say to a client that reach out to you and try to be defensive, saying you don't need so much, you can still create, and shows you that kind of video as a reference?
Yeah, well, you worked for some particular projects.
Yeah.
You can't want to shoot a boxing scene.
Yeah.
And just thought of just having just one Astera light. I mean, how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that is when the budget comes in. Okay, let me make an example of this same video, Tems crazy thing.
Yeah. Imagine it now, but I only said all this.
What camera do you think we use in shooting this project?
I know you guys shot on an Ari.
Which Ari? We shot on Gemini.
Oh, Gemini. Mad.
Gemini. So just to tell you that everything is always on camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes the GP just wants his work to be more easier.
Yeah.
And then have good look. I know if I use an Ari, the picture will definitely be better than this.
Yeah.
But trust me, it was shot on a Red Gemini 5K.
A simple that was actually shot on like a C70, and the colorist made it look like exceptionally mad. And a simple that was shot on an Ari, and the colorist and the video is just it's just there. So which one would you say? Will you put on your priority scale? Will you rather hire a dope, expensive colorist and use a cheap camera, or will you use an expensive camera and hire a cheap colorist?
So this is the thing,
Let me make it easier for you. Yeah, you have 500K to split between a colorist. No, let's say 700K split between a colorist and a good camera gear. So, would you rather pay a colorist 500K out of that 700K and use 200K for camera? Or would you rather spend 500K and use a cheaper colorist of like say 100K or 150K?
One thing first is that you set your priority right.
Okay.
So if the priorities is to have a good post-production, like at the end of the day, you want the video to come out.
Our priority right now, we want the video, we want the color and the video of the color of the film to be nice, the music video to be jiggy.
If you already have the back of your mind that, okay, this DP I'm going for can actually work with any type of camera, because before you can reach out to someone, you will have seen the previous work and
Yeah.
feel like, okay, this person can do it, even though with any
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
And there's no anything stopping you from just saying, Alpha guy, this camera I already have ESR to shoot, and this video you have to come out well.
Yeah.
You just have to do it. Try, give all the best to it. I mean, for the director of photography, it's left to him to give you good.
So what you're saying is you rather prioritize the colorist, giving you a dope colorist, and using a slightly lesser camera.
I think I will actually go for that because sometimes we will shoot with a ARRI camera.
Yeah, and then the post you can't do anything.
You can't do anything. Dig it? Or you even want the video to have a touch of maybe we shoot with a film camera.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Would you say you have a favorite director?
Yeah. I mean, favorite directors is like people that are creative, like and open-minded.
So do you have any one particular favorite director?
I think I have a particular director.
Okay. So you're saying no particular favorite director in Nigeria?
There's a lot of them. Like I feel their work. And like,
Let me blackmail you. Even me, I know be your favorite director.
I mean, everybody's good, like I said, man. Everybody's good with their parts. With their
you don't go offend some director.
You don't go offend some director. I'll be like, guy, so this person is more better than me. And you're not sure if there's a project coming from that angle.
Guy, no worry, no need to talk.
I think.
Okay, let's ask it like this. Who's your favorite? Who's director you like? Foreign director, not even Nigerian space. Foreign director worldwide. Who's that director that you hope to work with one day? You really want to work with?
I mean, don't make jest of me by mentions names, man. But I think I want to work with Director X.
Director X, yeah.
Maybe where my portfolio.
Yeah, it's a good thing to aspire about. Even myself, there's some people that I want to. There are some production companies I want to direct for, but I never reach.
You get, like, I know one day I'll get there, or my project will actually get to his text and feels like, okay, then let's do this project.
Yeah, true. And you might never know. Might be shooting a project in Africa next year, and you'll be like, you get anything.
I mean, shout out to Major Labia as well. Like, he's a very good director. Like, I would like to
dope guy. Dope guy too. How do you like to be involved in pre-production?
Well, from scratch. I mean, when I mean scratch, like from me and the director digesting the look and feel for the video.
Yeah.
Before even talking about the camera.
Yeah.
The look and feel, the treatment, the scenes that we're going to be filming.
So if a person call you and say, Alpha bros, we did next door studio now. Want me a big. Want me you can't shoot for us.
Who does that?
Now, but we go pay like the budget high. Single do. No lie. The budget is high.
Bro, I mean, I've done that a lot of times, but at the end of the day,
it's not like the best thing to do.
It's still not the best thing to do.
But you go take and call the budget.
I know, if the man guy, as for my
guy, the budget don't make sense. Oh my guy, fuck off, get that.
Why don't you just go and call the videographer just to come and shoot it?
True. But so generally, how do you feel? This is the deal, because some directors will watch these episodes and stuff. I mean, how is it good to know, like, what's the ideal way to get the best out of hiring you as a DP? Like, best way to involve you in your project?
I just like to be involved from pre-production. Not just to when you already have your team sorted out, your producer is there, your gaffer, your EC, everybody is there, and your set is there, and then you've already gone for Reiki set.
That's even the worst.
You're not sending me pictures, not even because I'm not around or all those things. I like to be involved from scratch.
Dope.
To the
post-production too.
Because getting to post, sometimes the directors do not feel free with talking to some maybe colorists.
Yeah.
Because I figure out that sometimes colorists are always busy to even give the directors like good response.
Yeah.
And the directors might just feel like, let's just go like that. Let's do, because there was a project, an advert, it's not out yet. And then the directors are trying as much as possible to just communicate well with these colorists, but still on back and forth, and then the video is supposed to drop in like 24 hours. Me now getting to the group the next day, I'm like, no, this video cannot release, or you cannot drop this video. Like, this is not what I shot.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do on this particular video. Let's do this. He said, I've tried my possible best to communicate with this guy. Is there a way I can come in? I said, yes. So I came in, I shared some reference. I tried to like bust the colorist, bust his head, just hype and do some things that because at the end of the day, my name is going to be on the video.
It's your work too.
So I like to be involved from beginning to like the end. So,
have you ever directed? Or do you think, generally, do you direct? Let me even say that first.
I don't direct, but I shoot and direct some personal projects.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like.
But do you see yourself like evolving into becoming a director later on?
Maybe not now.
Okay. Can you run us through this? This is a commercial, yeah?
Yeah, this is a commercial for Amber drink. Yeah,
dope.
So pretty much we didn't do too much thing, and we did so much.
What lens did the look of the bouquets? What lens did you guys use?
So we used the Canon Sumire lens.
Oh, dope.
With the Arri Mini LF, basically for this project. So this was still for like 3 days commercial, basically.
Dope.
So here was a outdoor shoot. So on this edge of this part, I set up a what's it called? A 6K HMI.
Yeah.
Down far a little bit that way, and then I added a 2 Dino 6 bulb on the side for this guy somewhere here, and then I make sure the one coming from this direction, this direction here, hitting this guy, so you can have the touch of add light.
Yeah.
Actually separating him between the key light and then this our fill light here. So on this fill light, I just add like 8x8 ultra bounce just on this side.
On this side,
basically. So that's how I knocked out the wide shots, the close-up shots, pretty much there. So everything was like handled on the rolling, basically. So for this scene, it's actually a normal what's it called, directional light from God.
Light from God.
So the 24K from God. So but I still make use of the 6K, but we took it far behind this place to get, just to have that edge on him to separate him, to get. And then to have the shadow of this guy when he walks towards him, I set up still that same 6K is still working.
On that side?
On that side. This same side. So that's the only light we're still using for outdoor. And then here, this is the wide shot. Closer shot. So for this scene, I didn't do too much. Shout out to my gaffer that worked on this as well.
Who's the gaffer?
Ismail, Easy.
Easy, oh dope.
Yeah, still the same person. We added a headlight on this part, a matte light.
Yeah.
2x3, and then on this side we set up 2x3. Then we don't have access to 4x4.
That's time.
So we only make use of 2 matte lights here with 1 external light. We shall make all the light that is available for us to use for here. So that was what we used, and we added small ease on the atmosphere. So on these edges of this place, so this is just like a walkway basically. So it's not like a room.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I just wanted the camera directly. We put the chair there, and then the father and the son just staring at him. So on this edge of this part, I set up like about 20x20 black cloth, just
for
to have the negative side
of
it. And then the camera is just on the tripod, straight direction to him. So this is still the same key light I put on this other edge that's giving him a key light.
On the other side, yeah.
As you can see, it's very soft, it's not like very, very harsh. I only use my rotapolar to make it look, harsh on him. And then the headlight I set up here, set on tungsten.
Yeah.
To have this feel on him there. So this is like a wide shot of this simply. Another place here. I set up a 2 6K for both windows out there and out here. So
was this shot at night?
It was in the evening, basically.
Okay.
Evening. Around 4 o'clock to 5. So we put a 20x20 silk diffuser outdoor.
Oh.
To soften the feel.
The feel.
Just to make it look like it's not lit.
Yeah.
And the light is very far from the window. You get. And then I added a matte light right on top of him as well. But it keeps, as a boxer now.
He has to move, yeah.
Spots. And then if you can see on the floor as well, I make sure we wet the floor as much as possible.
Create that reflection.
To create the reflection. Yeah, so the same, as you can see, pretty much the same thing. This is the matte light on top, and then we added ease to the atmosphere.
Dope.
I like shooting through things, like having foreground with my picture.
Yeah.
So this is just a ladder, one of the crew ladder that we have. I just put it there and then shoot through it. So that's I created that foreground. This is just the transition of him doing a present to when he get hold. So I still make use of my matte light on this side, and then I add another matte light
on top of him.
So, and then a small bounce.
So it's basically still 3-point lighting.
Still 3-point lighting. Yeah. That's most of my lighting. So still the same place where we have the 2 windows on this side.
Yeah.
But this is just the other side of it. We added newspaper on the wall. I mean, the set designer did some creative things to this part. And then I added an Astera just right above here on the wall.
Yeah, give the wall.
So I have this feel of tungsten on the newspaper, just not to have that wall being dead.
Plain,
Stuff like that. So still my same 2 windows working as my key light here. So on this side, because this place is just pretty much like a open space. Basically, like a gym center where there's nothing blocking everybody, it's just a wide space. So on this side, I set up 20 by 20 negative. I make it long as possible down to where my camera is. That's basically it for this scene. I mean, shout out to the director, Benga Bamuyiwa.
Bamuyiwa, he's a great guy.
He's the director of this. So, I mean, this scene, we had to come back for this scene the second day to shoot this one.
This is an actual boxing ring, yeah?
So, this is a studio.
Oh, okay.
So, we built this space.
Boxing ring.
Yeah. We built like an L space. So, we had this side, and then we have this other side of it. So, on this side, the gaffer added Astera light to the wall. I mean, to the board that we use in creating the fake wall.
Yeah.
To have an illusion of practicals in the room. And then here, it's just a fake window. I throw in a 4K light with a diffuser 8x8.
Dope.
To just
give that feel.
Of night feel. And then the main stage. So that this main stage was the stage that I know that at least we used enough light.
A lot of lights. I can see some moving heads.
We had moving head, as you can see them in shots. Yeah. We have moving head, we have packers, we have some LED packers as well. So mix them direct. And then I make sure that the operator actually works with my own direction, because I don't just want the moving head to keep moving
up and down, yeah.
So for the intro, I told him to bring all the moving down into the crane.
Yeah.
I mean, to the stage when the camera was coming down from the crane. I mean, going higher on the crane. Playing back again. So as the camera is pulling up, I told him to bring all the stuff to the stage. And then, I don't know if anybody pay attention to this. This is just like a fake hack we built.
Yeah.
And then I think the director bring out this reference from then the Creed 2 just released.
Oh, so some Creed.
So that was where we had I feel like we had the reference picture for this scene. So we had neon lights to the fake walls that was built, and then my gaffer and I decided to add some depth to the picture.
Yeah, by adding that light.
Adding the 6 bulb, our Dino lights at the back. If you notice, I have a negative view on this side of the camera.
Yeah.
Just because I purposely told the gaffer to off the
lights on
this side of the camera, so we can have all this particle working as the key lights on the stage. So yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. As we round up here,
to
someone that is probably looking to become a cinematographer, what is that one thing you want to like leave them with? Like, how do you think they can eventually achieve like their dream?
Well, there must be a particular thing that is changing everybody, or that is in everybody's mindset to be a DP or a director.
Yeah.
To get. And then the idea should always be bring out in terms of creating content. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So if you know this is the line of where you feel like I'm going for, let people know you for it.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is to create more content as possible and then do some collaborative work. Don't think because I create this content or over the years I've made a lot of mistakes. Everybody's going to still have to make mistakes and then to learn from it, right? Try and reach out to people as well. Share them the content you've created. Tell them you are not for the money at first. Well, you're there for the money, but to have enough portfolio for yourself.
Yeah, first.
Create the relationship, sacrifice your time. I mean, in Nigeria, we're supposed to be charging for recce fee, but because we know everybody is trying to like struggle for the work and everything, go for recce, shoot some projects, even though it's just 10 naira is on top of it, because you believe the content is
going a long way.
Yeah.
Top. Thank you, Sammy King, for sharing with us today.
You're welcome.
Really, really enjoyed this session.
It's my pleasure to be here again.
Hopefully they don't format the card again.
I dare you do that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you want us to have more people, more guests on this channel. I hear everyone's feedback on the previous videos and we are actually loving it. We try to bring in more people. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like and a thumbs up if you actually enjoyed what we're discussing in the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thank you.